What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin. And at this point of the year, the NBA is, they're pretty much talking about free agency, the draft, which is in another 2 days. Who are the big free agents? What the team's gonna do? That's mainly what they're gonna talk about. Obviously, there's no games going on. What I wanted to talk about is one team specifically, and that is the Bulls. As you well know, the Bulls is my team. And we had a very disappointing year. I was from a standpoint of how the playoffs went. For us to get beat 4-1 by a surprise Wizards team. But a lot of Bulls fans knew that we weren't gonna make it too far. The team is flawed, one of the worst teams offensively. So we knew that it was like we were gonna lose this series, or we were gonna have to fight really hard to win. And you saw that we lost. And what I wanted to talk about is what I think they're gonna do in the offseason, or what I think they should do in the offseason. There's a chance they probably won't do a damn thing. Hopefully not. Hopefully it isn't that. But I'm pretty sure 90 to 95% of Bulls fans can agree with me on this. Bulls have got to go. Just before I made this video, I wanted to double check how much Bulls is gonna make next year. He's gonna make $16.8 million next year. The guy is overpaid. He goes into that category like with guys like Joe Johnson, Rudy Gay, guys that just gets overpaid. Chris Bosh, especially for opts into his contract. Just guys that get overpaid, and for Boozer, yeah, he can give you some scoring, he can give you some rebounding, but when you really need him to play hard defensively, he's nowhere to be found. I mean, you look at most of the Bulls games, and Taj Gibson is in there in the fourth quarter because Boozer is such a bad defender. So first and foremost, get him out of here. The Bulls still have an amnesty clause. They can wipe his big ass contract right off the books. He's a free agent after this year, but the Bulls are gonna, if they don't amnesty him, they're gonna take a $16.8 million hit. And with that, shit, you could give players that produce more about $10 million and bring them in. But that's the first thing I wanted them to do, and a lot of people can agree with on this. Next, I would like Paul Gasol. I've seen people bring it up, but no one's really been like, really want Paul Gasol here. A lot of reasons, because he's been going through injuries with the Lakers. His production has kind of slipped, but I believe he's about 32, 33 years old. I still think he has a lot left. I mean, the guy is very skilled. He's a good passer. Not that great defensively, but he's better than Boozer. And he's a 7-footer with long arms. So I mean, you can under Tibbs, he can improve defensively. All of it is really just effort. He doesn't give it much effort. And Mike D'Antoni was his coach. I mean, who the hell is gonna play defense under that regime? I think that could be a guy that can bring it, and you could pay him $9 to $10 million. Maybe not 8 to I would say 8 to 10 million, and he will come to a better situation. The Lakers are a mess. And then they can also say, well, Rose is coming back, so you're gonna have Rose, you're gonna have Noah, Jimmy Butler. So I think bringing in someone like Gasol, we need some scoring offensively. He can hit the mid-range shot. He has a nice post game. He's a good passer. This can only improve the other guys around us. We really need that post presence, and I want to keep Taj. I don't want them to get rid of Taj. I want him to stay on the team. I just like his effort defensively. That's one of the people I do definitely want them to keep the data and speculating that they're gonna get rid of. Don't get rid of him. Keep him. Obviously the move that everybody wants to talk about, Carmelo Anthony. The Bulls have been chasing after Carmelo Anthony. the thing about Carmelo, man, the dude can play. He's skilled offensively. Did a good job in terms of post defense, perimeter defense. But he's a prolific scorer, but his efficiency has always been his problem. His lack of effort defensively, and the guy's never been a team player. And at this point in his career, he's in his 30s. I believe he's about to be 30, 31, something like that. At this point in his career, man, will he be able to change and become the guy who's willing to sacrifice for the greater good of the team, and not just try to put up individual numbers? And that's the one thing that scares most Bulls fans when they hear that rumor even being mentioned, is Melo's not a team player. He doesn't try hard defensively, and the Bulls, that's if anything, these last few years, and if anything, they have been a team that gives great effort defensively, and Tibbs expects great effort defensively every night. The guy literally is hoarse when he's out there yelling at the guys. When they give up a layup or leave a man open, he digs into him, and you gotta like a coach like that. But how would a guy like Melo respond to such a coach? Because he never really, George Karl was more of a run and gun type coach, and George Karl was a great coach, but he was more of a run and gun type of coach. Really wasn't defensive oriented like Tibbs is. So that's a big reason why I don't think it will work with Melo. Now I could be wrong, could work, but from what I've seen, I don't think so. Another thing, Aaron Aflalo, I would like for them to get a player like him, because this guy this year proved that he was not only just a spot up shooter and a good defender, that he can actually score off the dribble. He can actually create his own he could create his own points pretty much. You have to have the help of someone else. So I think this guy showed a lot. And then bringing him into Tibbs, the guy's already a good defender. You add on top of his individual, what he did individually, and what he showed to pretty much everyone, that the two guard position is very weak in today's NBA. He's definitely, honestly, pretty high. I won't put him. I don't necessarily don't know where to put him, but he's pretty high on the list of shooting guards. Definitely undervalued. Definitely not talked about. But I think we should go after him. You won't have to spend a lot, but there'll probably be that team that will spend a lot to get him, based on his production last year. I've heard the Kevin Love stuff. The thing about Kevin Love is, yeah, he can hit the three, but he's an average. He's an average post player offensively. Yeah, he's a great rebounder, but he's a poor defender, and that's something we don't need at power forward. I'd rather have Gasol, a guy who has a 7-foot frame, and a guy who can block shots, a guy who can pass, he can score in the post. I'd rather have him than Kevin Love, who's pretty much a big man 3-point shooter. And there's no knock. Kevin Love's a good player, but I just don't think he fits the Bulls more so than a guy like Gasol. Other rumors, of course, we know today LeBron James announced that he's gonna opt out. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's gonna stay with the Heat. He's just going for restructuring of his contract so he can take less money so they can bring in some more guys. I doubt he would even consider the Bulls, but it'd be nice to have him. I mean, much shit as I say about him, the guy's still a great player. And if a fan of a team comes out and says we wouldn't want LeBron James, you're lying. Guy's the best player in basketball. You're lying if you say you don't want him. But we won't get him, so I won't even talk about him anymore. I pretty much told you guys I want them to bring back Augustine. I really liked his play. Bringing him off the bench for a guy like Rose. Rose is gonna more likely get less minutes, especially starting out. Guy hasn't really played too much in the last couple of years. Taj Gibson is a guy I definitely wanted to keep. Dunleavy, yeah, we do need a shooter, so I would say keep him. Jimmy Butler has a lot of potential. He still hasn't gotten there yet, though. You could tell he's there defensively. Is one thing that's not in question. The one thing I do question is, his lack of aggressiveness offensively, which I think he should take a more aggressive role. And obviously, his Tibbs wants him to move the ball around and stuff like that. It's kind of like Pop with Kawhi Leonard, but Pop actually let Kawhi Leonard, take a more aggressive role offensively, especially we saw in the finals. I think Jimmy Butler, who's not as good as Kawhi Leonard, but I think he could do more offensively. We'll have to see his improvements coming in next year. But I think those improvements right there would definitely make the Bulls, if healthy, because the Bulls have big problems with health. I think that will make them a much better team coming in next year, make them much better offensively, and especially with Rose returning. It will take some pressure off Rose if he got other guys who can create their own basket and not put a lot of pressure on him, especially coming off these, the knee injuries. That's pretty much all I want to talk about. Any other teams I want to do? Nah, I actually just wanted to do the Bulls because last couple of days I've been hearing about Melo, Kevin Love, LeBron. Heard a little bit about D Rose, and I just want to give my opinion on it and who I think we should get, who I definitely think we should get rid of. Boozer. And then just things I think they should do in the offseason to improve the team, which needs a lot of improvement. No way you can win when you're that bad offensively. But let me know what you think about. Or matter of fact, give me some players you think the Bulls should go after in free agency, via trade, whatever. Let me know down in the comment section. Of course, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.